Hello and welcome. It is not Sunday, but it is the last day of NaNoWriMo, and I have 167 words to get done if I want to hit par every day this month, which I do, which is why I'm here, because I won, quote unquote, yesterday. So I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and we're going to get some words in.
Woo!
With me today, I have some amazing people, and we might get some others joining us later. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves going clockwise because I feel like it. Doc, who are you?
I'm Doc
And what
Coleman.
are you working on?
I'm working on what I lovingly refer to as my fairy story. It's a story called The Brightlands about it's a contemporary YA novel about a young girl who trips and falls and finds herself in fairy and is fighting to get herself home.
Yakira, what are you working on?
Ooh, I'm so excited.
Yourself.
I'm Yakira, and I'm so excited Morgan asked me. This is my first time on your streaming with you. Yay. I am working on a contemporary gay romance, and it's enemies to lovers, and I'm having so much fun with these two guys who just keep tripping over each other, and hate sex is a thing. So it's just, I'm having fun. Anyway, I'll be happy to reach a half a nano in about 1,200 words tonight. So
nice.
Yay.
And Sako, who are you and what are you doing?
Hi, I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Casboyd. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. I think I'm gonna work on my vampire lesbian romance thing, which has been equally fun. I think it is so fun. So I'll be writing a torture scene.
Ooh, oh my.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for more queer fiction out there. Yay.
So my blog post and YouTube this week was talking about how NaNoWriMo has completely devastated all of my executive function this month. And as of 20 minutes ago, I have read 43 queer romances this month. Some of them more than once. On top of my day job and getting my words in, which means, I've gotten to see the wrong side of 3 a.m. more often than somebody should when they have to be at work by 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So I am kind of a hot mess right now, but I'm going to get my words in, so it don't matter. And I got my winter shirt on, so.
Yes, you do.
Yay.
I'm still waiting for mine to ship.
I ordered mine earlier because this is my 10th win. I know what I need to do to win, and I don't know how much of the story is going to need rework, but I know it's going to have words in it.
Oh my God. I started to read just the top of the page going down, and I was like, who wrote this?
In a good way?
Or a bad way?
A neutral way.
Okay.
In that, like, I don't remember writing it, but I did, and I would have worded it that way, so this is evidently my writing, but
so it's kind
heck
of
if I remember.
Kind of who wrote this? They have potential, but some of it doesn't work.
Some of it might work.
Me. No.
Yeah.
Right. I reread my first chapter, and I'm probably going to delete all 2,000 words of it. It's that bad. It's all showing. I mean, it's all telling, no showing. It's all, and then he did this, and then he pissed me off, and his dog's name sounds like a porn star, and it's just bad. It's just bad.
So chapter 1 is just that thing, like just that first hump that I need to get over to get to the rest of the story. So in revisions, I usually throw out that first chapter and then replace it with something that sums up the plot.
Yeah.
Like on a much smaller scale.
When writing a first draft, chapter 1 is what I write to get myself into the mindset to write the rest of the book. And whether or not it survives edits is its own problem.
I actually like my first. I think I like, as of right now, I believe that I like my first chapter. It's when we
cool.
meet our gambler medic, and that's
Well,
when.
at least you have a major like beat to accomplish in your
Yeah.
first chapter.
Yeah.
There are some people who the first chapter just doesn't refer to anything, doesn't
Yeah.
start
And
with the inciting incident, doesn't
It
no
sets
action.
up so much, because this is when we learn that her she gets jobs by losing bets.
Okay.
And that's part of the issue with her brother, etc., etc. There are things and stuff, but it sets it up
that sounds
early.
fun.
Because, if you lose a bet, people are like, oh, sure, we have a temp worker. And then they're like, oh, they did good. Let's extend the contract. As long as she's not gambling, she should be a reliable person. It's easier than a job interview. And I mean, who doesn't want to get out of job interviews? Just lose the bet and say, oh, I'll work as a medic for you for 2 weeks. Room and board.
Yeah.
Nice.
Providing, of course, they actually want your skills as opposed to
And she
wanting the
keeps her license up to date.
So in thinking about those first words, you're right. The first chapters are often the ways to get us into the story. But I learned so much about writing from the short story I sold.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
when you're limited in word count, and I was limited to 7,000 words. I ended up with close to 10,000 words once I finished like the rough draft.
Wow.
And I literally eliminated the first 1,600 words to get me to where the story actually needed to start.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right, Doc. Those first words, I shouldn't feel bad about it, but it's like, it's just not my writing. It's just garbage. Like 2,000 words of garbage.
Yeah.
I will like write little side stories to kind of like get me in the mood for it. And I would be surprised if they passed 5,000 words. Like they're, but it's just enough to get me to know the character and kind of get into the groove of the setting and what kind of action I want to throw them into so that, there's some urgency to the first chapter.
This book I'm writing is a little bit different with the way it starts out, because I'm used to writing steampunk adventures. So it's like, bam, stuff is happening. We're going places. We're meeting people. And this is a contemporary fantasy. So
you got to bring it back.
I have to establish who the people are, what's the situation, what's normal look like before weird stuff starts happening.
Exactly.
I'm writing a sci-fi, and I thought it was going to be another space fantasy, but apparently it's a sci-fi adventure. There is so much action and dialogue. I'm like, who am I, Doc? Where is my internal monologuing?
It's in my story. It's in my story.
So anyway, I'm here to get some words in. Are you here to get some words in?
Yep.
Yes.
I got some words earlier. I need another 1,200 to make pace, although I'm already at 61,000, so I'm good.
So yeah, I hit 50K yesterday, and but I haven't missed par since before 2019. It's not happening tonight. Not tonight.
Yep.
If I can get my words in at 5 a.m. after reading maybe 3 books in a series on a work night, I can get my words in at 9 p.m.
Yeah, we can do this.
So,
that works.
Okay. Are we ready?
Absolutely.
We are ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chaka, laka, 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 laka. Latka. Nom. Oh, wait. I set the timer. There. Now it's actually going. Very clever, you see. Did I mention how much
No
sleep I've been getting this month?
No misfires.
Plenty of sleep. Oh, and hi, Felicia and Aisling. Thank you for visiting. Are you working on your words? Oh, there's my document. And we're back, despite Catechus's best attempts.
He
So,
was even distracting to me.
oh my God, that cat was like, pay attention or I will bite the shit out of you. And since I prefer to distract rather than set my cat up for failure, we went with snuggles and gently gnawing the mom hand. But I did get some words in. I don't know how many. RC, thank you for joining us. Let people know who you are while the rest of us tally our words.
Hi, folks. RC Scott. I'm a horror writer, and I'm also late.
And what are you working on tonight?
I am trying something new tonight. I'm
Are
cutting
you
my
even
teeth.
late? You said you weren't going to be able to get there until then, and I said, come in when you get there.
Yeah, I know. Ran a little late doing my stuff and had to make dinner, all that jazz. But I'm actually trying to write an article for the first time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Trixie.
I'm trying to keep it under 1,000 words and not go on a ramble.
Sure.
And failing.
Okay.
So you're basically trying things that you're bad at.
That I'm not good at yet.
Because that's the only way you get better. It's the only way you get better. Right?
Exactly. So, how was everybody's sprints?
Wonderful.
Yay.
Oh, really good. I've got an emotional scene.
Aw. Nobody used you as a chew toy?
Nobody used me as a chew toy.
Nope. I was not a chew toy, and I was not a place to stand and stare.
Or make you stare into the sole of his butt.
Yeah. Fortunately, Trill doesn't do that terribly often.
Sure. So, I got 360 words. They finally kissed. It's page 200. And they got a kiss because he found out his sister's still alive, so he wasn't lying when he said he just kicked her off without killing her.
Yay.
Okay.
So he can kiss him. And he's like, but wait, where did this come from? Not complaining. And Catechus did not want me to get to the conversation part or even half the kissing part because he's a jerk. And he's like, no human kisses must not on the mama.
I got in around 500 words. I'm not exactly sure how many because I only have a rough estimate of how many words I had when I started. But Casey has managed to make her escape from the wizard's stronghold and is now trying to make her way off through the woods.
What season is it?
Good question.
Is it a wet spring? Is it a snowy?
I was actually thinking that it was a fairly dry fall.
So not Virginia.
No, not Virginia. No, she's not in Virginia, and she's not in Kansas anymore. No, she's not in Texas anymore either. So that's, but
or somewhere where it's monsoon season.
But there is going to be a scene later where she's going to be walking through a space where there's heavy leaves piled around. I have foreseen it.
Yakira, how was your sprint?
It was really good. I got 377 mostly emotional words. It was their first date and their first not hate sex kiss.
Not hate sex kiss. Okay.
Yes. Well, their first bang was very hate sexy, and this was them actually having, different emotions.
Sure. So,
but it was sweet to see my two guys on their first date. That was a lot of fun.
Aw, 3 hate sexy dates and 1 not.
Yeah, it was 2 hate sex scenes, and one hate sex, 1 not so hate sex, and 1 date scene where one of my plucky character laid down the rules and said, no sex till the second date, and the other one argued. It was a very cute little argument.
And this is for your single dads?
Yep.
Okay.
This is book 2 in my Single Dad's Romance series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, my cat has wandered off, so I was thinking I might be able to get some words in.
Neat. Let's do it.
Maybe.
Are we ready?
Words are good.
Oh, wait. How did people in the audience do? I forgot
Yeah.
to say hello to Felicia and Aisling, and Patrick swung by, and obviously RC was here. So it's great to have people join us. Are y'all getting words in? Are y'all just here to chill? Whatever.
Are you just watching the monkeys on your screen? No.
Dance monkeys. Can you do a hand symbol that makes things dance in the background, or like a disco ball? Oh
There you
yeah.
Just go easy on me. This is my first time here, so just be nice.
Too bad I'm not on Mac.
I'm trying to remember. There we go. The fireworks. I got to consistently make the fireworks and then do the glitter, 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 glitter.
Very nice. Very nice. So is that just built into Macs now? I'm a little confused.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the OS.
It's part of,
Oh.
it's at the operating system level. So they built it for FaceTime,
Clearly.
but it carries over to everything else that uses the camera.
And let me tell you, I am not on a Mac.
It
wait,
does
I'm on my iPad. Can I do that kind of stuff?
Maybe.
not the iOS, but the
okay.
Mackie
darn
Mac.
it.
Sure.
I don't know. Are you on the latest iOS?
On the iPad?
Yeah.
No,
It's only a year. It's only a year old. It's an iPad Air. I'd have to actually look up what my iOS is.
I was going to say, have
can
you been
talk later,
upgrading it? So,
it does it itself. So
I upgrade my iPad as often as it asks for it, and it has not yet done the streaming wackiness.
I haven't tested it on with my phone or my iPad, but I thought it was supposed to.
Not on mobile.
There's some things that are like on the list, but they're listed as future developments that are supposed to come out this year, and they may not have come out yet. So
Yeah, well, I'll believe it if I see it.
well, my problem is I'm very rarely FaceTiming with somebody on my phone or my iPad.
Yeah.
Anywho,
I'm retreating.
Eat
You're
that
retreating?
thing.
This is what I did. I got some chicken. I made a chicken gyro, but instead I used a tortilla instead of a pita because I'm out of pitas.
Neat.
So it's the everything like the tzatziki sauce, the onions, tomatoes, the feta cheese, but on a tortilla.
yum.
Yum.
It doesn't have a name, but I'll think of one.
so you're having a Greek burrito.
Well, yeah, I mean chicken instead of lamb, but
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, but you can. I mean, just because the pita makes a pocket doesn't mean you can't use a flatbread and have the same thing. I mean, I've lived in the Middle East for several years. Not all the pitas open, so you're still authentic. You're still good.
Sweet.
Feel the authenticity.
Dun dun dun.
As a matter of fact, I tried to make pita in my current oven, but it doesn't go up to 500 degrees even with my pizza stone in it. So most of the time, my pitas don't open in the middle either.
I've seen people cook those off of like stone before, and it's really cool.
It is. It is. Oh, this old my Yemenite neighbor downstairs had this big dome that went over a gas flame on her stove, and literally
nice.
she would roll the dough out super thin. And her fingers were asbestos. I swear they were. And she would just throw it over the whole dome and then pick it up with her fingers and flip it. And it was just freaking amazing.
Wow.
That's how they serve shawarma at the street
I
stands.
love shawarma.
Instead of in pita, they use this huge flat bread cooked over the dome, super thin.
Cool. Now I'm getting hungry.
I miss Israeli street food now. Nothing beats a street shawarma. Oh my goodness.
I'll keep talking. I got my food, so I ain't hungry over here.
Well, maybe we should get some words in and or a snack break, depending on where people are.
Mhm.
I'm not ready for a
Yes.
snack, but I am going to refill my water.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotta hydrate.
Oh, so Catechus drank my water yesterday because punk, and then today he couldn't get down to the water and he knocked it over and killed my work mouse.
Oh no.
I thought it just wasn't working because it had water in it, but no, it doesn't work anymore.
Damn it.
So that's a fun one.
So is work going to replace that for you?
I don't know. I'm gonna reach out because I mean it is kind of my fault, but in the grand scheme of things, a mouse for them to replace is not like gonna break the bank. So
Really?
yes, Catechus in fact killed the wrong type of mouse.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
But at least he's showing interest in mousing. No.
I mean, have you noticed that his title includes how he is the fiercest of kittykins, but nothing about how good of a hunter he is? Sometimes I have to pick up the mouse 2 or 3 times because he didn't watch me throw it.
Ah.
Dopey dork.
I mean, it could just be I'm throwing it in the wrong direction because, you know, I'm not the cleverest play partner, apparently. Sometimes I throw the wrong toy. Sometimes I throw it in the wrong direction. Yeah.
It sounds like he gives you copious notes when you try to play with him.
No, he just looks at me disappointedly until I can figure it out. So, have we noticed the nouns and modifiers in Catechus's title? Gee, Patrick likes to tell me that I hate verbs and only like modifiers. I mean, if you need the full title, let's see. It's Lord Inspector Catechus, fiercest of the kittykins, Sir Bites-a-Lot himself, Devourer of Flesh.
Ah.
Nowhere in there is Superb Hunter.
Yeah, there's actually no mention of hunting in there. Just
No. Fierce
fierceness
and bitey
fighting,
and would like to
devour.
nom on your titles don't have verbs. They're not supposed to. Wait, devour. Oh no, devourer.
It's a person who does things.
It's a person who devours.
Yeah.
See, Patrick just thinks it should be all verbs.
I know, but verbs can't do anything without somebody doing the action.
You're like, there has to be a subject first.
Sir Catechus, he who hunts and devours all the mices. No, he doesn't hunt any of the mouses.
And
He
hopefully
likes
he
to
doesn't devour
pounce.
them. No.
He does like to pounce a lot. But
He
he'd rather
devours the mummy.
He's a
pounce than
failed
anything
pouncer.
else. Yeah. So verbs, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I promise to put a verb in every sentence I write, except the
Ooh.
sentence fragments. Because otherwise it's not a sentence.
It's
That's
not a
like
sentence
how
if it's a
sentences
fragment.
work.
So, yeah.
Literally how sentences work. It is a fragment unless there's a verb.
Just go easy on the adverbs and I won't smite you.
So let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Chaka-laka-laka.
Yes.
Words. Kisses. And we're back. How was your sprint?
All right, off mute. I think I got around 600 words in. That's okay.
Nice. Super solid. Let's see. I want to see how many words I got. Minus 360 from last time. Minus.
Yeah.
I got 569 words.
Nice. Wow.
Nice.
So,
Golf clap.
yay. This is a scene I've been waiting 200 pages to write. They finally get their kiss. They figure out how they're communicating with people off the ship. It's just a lot of good things here. So it's a great scene. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
I got 409 words.
Ooh, solid. Snaps
is.
for
It was
you.
two preteens fighting, driving their single dad nuts.
As one does.
Their dog named Trixie gets into the love interest's yard again, digs up the garden, causes more conflict. And then the single dad's group teases him about having a dog named Trixie who sounds like a porn star.
I mean,
So, yeah.
who
it's
named
solid.
the kid or the puppy? Who named the puppy?
The puppy was named Trixie at the
Shelter.
the pound, and the boys, the shelter, and the boys couldn't agree on a name, so Trixie ended up sticking. So yeah.
So it's Sticky Trixie.
I mean, you.
Ew.
So I'm having fun. I who knew I could write comedy? I thought this was just going to be another single dad's romance. Instead, it's enemies to lovers. Lots of comedy, and
Oh yeah.
I'm having fun.
Stranger things have happened.
Comedy's
I know, right?
great fun to write.
Right? I'm not a funny person. What'd you say, Doc?
Comedy's great fun to write.
I wrote a scene that made me laugh out loud.
Yep.
Which I've never done before. I mean, I should have known I was set up to write stuff that would make me laugh when I decided to name the detective agency the Aetherstream Detective Collective. But,
I love that.
It still cracks me up. It's usually the ADC, but occasionally I give it the full title.
I like how it just flows off the tongue. Yeah, no, wasn't it Spencer Tracy who said dying is easy, comedy is hard? I'm having fun writing this comedy, just the silliness and the complete stupidity of a bunch of preteens.
So Doc, what's it like not writing a comedy adventure?
There's a different level of comedy in here. Admittedly it's not my usual slapstick, but Casey being introspective, she's got her own dry humor that she adds into things. But
I mean, dry humor I can do all day.
Yeah.
Like, it's my bread and butter.
It's your dry toast.
I like buttered toast. Sometimes with jam. Didn't we talk about jam last week?
Writing is our jam, right?
I'm putting this into our panel suggestion list for Balticon, how to write comedy.
Oh yeah.
What makes something funny? Definitely going on the panel list. I just added it.
Comedy is so hard. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Comedy is just yet another form of trauma expression. So.
I have a friend who does stand-up comedy, and he literally says that. He says comedy is the trauma you survived.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did you see the Hannah Gadsby comedy episode that was not comedy by the end, in which she said that putting it into her comedy meant she never got past it because she relived it every time she told the story, and that she needed to fucking start moving past that. It was a heartbreaking stand-up. So yeah, it was powerful.
I'm not familiar with that, but I know that for a lot of people, comedy is a way of processing the trauma you just can't process any other way. Let's talk about comedy. It's going to be depressing.
Right?
Oh, that's a great title. Now I'm adding that. Thanks,
Nanette. So if you want to see her talk, it starts off like a stand-up comedy and it turns into discussing how these funny stories that she told in the beginning did not end up that great, and how they really were keeping her from healing.
Mhm.
So that was Nanette. So if you would like to watch trauma in stand-up comedy form, it was on Netflix for a while, but yeah, it was rough. It was pretty rough stuff. So
There's always been this little intertwining between comedy and horror.
yeah,
There's one thing for certain I've noticed, that a lot of comedians have very dark sense of humor, can say really messed up things that no one else would find funny. And a lot of horror writers have some pretty good jokes. And not to mention, with fear, if you get scared to the highest point, what do you go past screaming? You go nuts and start laughing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine, and I realized we would never be really close when I was talking her down. She was upset about her recent breakup, and we were talking, and I was trying to calm her down, and she got calmed down. And as I turned to leave, I made a gallows humor joke, and she broke down again. I'm like, oh no, I didn't mean to upset you, and I calmed her down again, and I did that same joking departure that was gallows humor, and she started crying again, and I was like, oh, she doesn't do gallows humor. Okay, so I calmed her down again, and I left without the gallows humor, and I'm like, if you can't do gallows humor, we can't be that tight,
Yeah.
it's just not gonna work.
Is there any other kind of humor?
Like a gallows humor, because a gallows humor ends in death.
Well, in horror strategy, you do the bogus comedy jump, and then seconds later you follow with the slash, the real jump scare.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it's just a cat, stupid cat, and you turn around, clack, there's Jason.
Yeah.
And I know in my steampunk comedy stories, there always seems to be some horrific element that creeps into the story somewhere. And it serves to put the humor into sharp relief.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough, but that's.
This was a great conversation. Do we have to go back to writing?
I mean,
Writing with our mouths.
We're going until I personally have 1,667 words. So, we can chat as much as we want.
I need about another 100 words. So
I need another 1,000 words to make a half a nano. So
Okay.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
I'll be honest, I have never completed a nano, and I've been doing it since like 2012, according to the
Wow.
NaNo records. And this is the most I've completed ever in a month.
Yay.
Okay.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm kind of happy. I mean, I've got 2 books
Yay.
written and several short stories, so I'm not writing, but
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what is getting in the way of you doing the nano pace?
me.
School and life and kids.
Well, my kids are all fledged. I'm
Now,
I live
but
by
they
myself.
weren't until
They
more
weren't
recently.
before. No, you're right. They weren't before until 2020. But my ADHD 2020 just killed my brain, and I went off my meds because it was so hard to get to see the doctors and everything. And my own ADHD. I'm only on a half semester, a half credit, like 2 classes instead of a full semester's worth of classes. But yeah, physics is killing. Like who gave me the stupid idea to go back to school in my 50s? Physics is killing me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Calculus heavy physics. It's not the
Oh,
kind of physics you get in high school, and
Right.
I'm pulling my hair out. It's fun in the masochistic way that I am a masochist, but it's not. I'd much rather be writing if I'm gonna,
It's a sadomasochistic dream. Yes.
Yeah, somebody pull.
Calculus is on very few masochists' list.
Mm.
I'd rather have
As
someone
far
pull
as
my
I'm
hair.
aware, I mean, if there are calculus masochists out there,
Well, that's why making yourself do the calculus problem satisfies the sadist half of the sadomasochist.
Yeah, but I'd much rather have someone just pull my hair. It's a lot more fun. Oh, are we not supposed to talk like this on your live stream?
I
Morgan?
mean, you can talk about anything you want. Just know it's going to be up forever.
Yep.
Everybody who knows me knows me. It's all good.
So, Patrick offered to loan us some words.
Aw, Patrick,
What
that's
are your
sweet.
3 favorite verbs, Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick.
Patrick is all about them verbs, no trouble.
Verbin.
We're waiting, Patrick.
Keep those
Through
words
the
for
land that's
verbin.
open. No.
RC, do you ever write comedy in your horror?
All the time. There's at least one joke in one of my stories.
Yeah.
The last one is just loaded with jokes. That's a big yuck fest right there. Double
Nice.
That's double meaning right there. Yep. Definitely some yucks.
Oh, wow.
Take that as you will.
Oh, my. Patrick shared a few. He likes murder, flamethrow, and verb.
Verb. The word verb
Wait,
is a noun.
Verb isn't a verb.
You can verb a verb.
Yeah, well, verb is a verb, but
Then it becomes
but it's a thing
gerund.
that's usually done to nouns.
To verb a noun.
Yeah, like how
Yes.
game became gaming.
Yep. There's a long and storied tradition of verbing nouns and nouning verbs.
In which to game.
Verb as its own verb. From streaming with Morgan, I know you have to make her turn nouns into verbs.
Well, I mean, peopling's a verb now.
As I say,
Adulting.
you know, is flamethrow really a verb? Because it's just flamethrower cut off. You know,
That dude got flamethrowed.
I'm gonna go flamethrow at the neighbors. I don't know. I think I'd rather say I'm going to go spew vitriol at the neighbors. Than
Today's a good
flamethrow
day for a
because
flamethrow.
I mean,
like
I
wait,
have a flamethrower. You can get them on Amazon overnighted. I mean, technically they're called weed dragons, propane sold separately because you can't really ship that. But knock that limiter off and you're good to go.
but the sentence really parses a little bit better as, where are you going with that flamethrower? Just to visit the neighbors.
I mean, the ones you can get for home use are mostly for like burning grass in ditches and like its sidewalk cracks.
That's why you build one.
Getting bagworms out of your trees once and for all.
Try not to set trees on fire.
Yikes. That's one giant torch.
Yes. I was going to say, not if it's infected with bagworms, it won't burn well at all.
Are you holding a torch for me? Ba-dum. Thank you. Sorry, that was a very bad tip.
Well, if you
Because-
I'll
really
be
want
here all night. Tip your waitress. I
Right?
do weddings and bar mitzvahs.
We have mandatory cat content. Oh, wait, no, she left.
to, just right here.
What?
Mandatory cat content? It's a live stream?
I don't. My cat doesn't cooperate.
Only
my dog.
Patrick has an example of Brianna flamed through the idiot. Verb, see? Granted, you do lose the specificity of char, singe, took past the point of dental records for identification.
A roast. She roasted.
Flame through is not really a
idiot.
used word.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch, Patrick. I'm sorry. I know
It is
verbs
not
are your
a noun.
favorite, but
What about flame throwing?
That's a gerund.
yeah,
Completely
it's
different part of speech.
turned into a direct object.
Mhm.
You know, let's go flame throwing.
Let's go flamethrowing for the best of everything.
Let's all go to the flame throw. Let's all go to the flame throw. Let's all go to our flame throw and have ourselves a snack.
And roast ourselves a treat.
Ah. Is anybody else punchy on the last day of NaNo?
Just a little bit.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I have like 700 words. Maybe I should write some. What do you think?
Let's
Yes,
do
no?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Boom. Chaka laka laka laka. There might be more kisses.
My.
And we're back. So, how was your sprint? Was that a meow? Was that a super loud meow?
That was a super loud meow, but it did not come from my place.
Didn't come from my place.
Ah.
Oh,
She cries
I had to
constantly.
go take care of the dog. Oh, your
Yeah,
cat.
she cries. She cries constantly.
So,
Okay.
I only got 187 words because I had to go take the dog out. She was pacing.
it happens.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm okay with it though. They're good words.
Good.
So I believe I got around 600 words in that time.
Right?
I know my count for today is up to 2,270. So
Nice.
I'm in a happy place to round out the month.
Sure.
Very nice.
Yay.
Go you.
RC?
RC is becoming acquainted with the mute button.
Pass. I don't even want to talk about it.
Pass.
Oh.
It was a delicious dinner of a sprint.
Well, I did have some pumpkin pie, since you asked,
Ooh, okay.
along with that gyro. But yeah, it's not many words. This article, quote unquote article that I'm writing, is completely messed. I'm ready to delete it all, throw it out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I got 450-ish words. I do know I have like 170 words left. So,
Mhm.
and I got to the part where they closed the door behind them and faded to black.
Aw.
So,
The bells, the bells.
you can hear my chimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
I don't think that's quite how it works.
Attaboy, Clarence.
There's a difference between bells and my clock chiming or ringing. The quarter hour.
Speaking of Clarence, I was just having a discussion about what Christmas movies us good Jews watch. Oh, that's one of my favorites. I mean, it's Jimmy Stewart. It's a Wonderful Life. It's such a good movie.
Really is. So,
White
yeah.
Christmas is another favorite.
I am still doing the organization of this past quarter. And
Sure. Patrick, of course, suggests Die Hard.
Die Hard, of course. Come on, that's the sine qua non of Christmas movies, Patrick.
Yep. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Plaza.
It's a Christmas Eve movie.
Right. So, RC, would you like to read your own sample sentence using flamethrower in a sentence?
Well, seeing what I followed it with.
I know.
Yeah.
I can read it aloud for you.
No.
I just
don't
thought
make me
since
come
we're
over there and flamethrow someone, said Arkansas man.
Patrick says it is a Christmas movie and a verb. With an adjective.
It's a verb and an adjective.
Wait, adverb. We're modifying the.
That's true. It's how you.
We're modifying the verb. So
it's a verb.
So hard
phrase.
is an adverb. Yep.
Because that's how that works.
Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
Pretty sure that's an adult movie. I don't know, but Rule 34 backs me up on this one.
I have just unlocked the badge. Update progress every day.
Ooh, I'm about to do that. I should do that right the bleep now.
Yeah, you should.
So let's see. I am at what does the math say? 52,120 words.
Nice.
Which puts me at 1,488 for the day.
Brilliant.
Are you trying to make par for the day?
I'm trying to update and hit par every day.
Got it.
So I'm gonna win all of these badges. So many badges.
So it
I
sounds
have-
like one more sprint will do you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have the update your writing progress. I have first day update. I have update more than once in a day. I have start a streak. Update 3 days in a row. 7, 14, 21, and every day. I have
Nice.
the 1667 badge, the 5K, 10K, 25, 40, and 50K badge. And the only challenge I have left is daily par.
Yep.
Nice.
You can do it.
Daily par is the one that I am definitely not getting this year because my my low water mark for the month was 402 words back on November 8th.
Sure.
So, but then again, my high water mark was 5,151 words on November 16th. So,
Sure. So
I saw you brag about that. That's amazing.
I wanted to show something to people who might not know. If instead of clicking up here, although I think you can modify that. Oh, hey, that's where the timer is.
Yep.
If you go over here to add new update, you have to know the words per session, but you can pick whatever day. So if you forgot to update your words before midnight, you can put them on the proper day right here.
You can set those words as having been completed at 11:59.
Right. So yeah, because I count my words for whatever day I woke up on, except today. They got to be done by midnight. So anytime I stayed up till 6 a.m. reading a book, getting my words in, that's how I would make sure that the words went to the day I woke up on. So
go ahead and scroll down and show that lack of curve you've got there.
Nice.
You don't want to see mine. No.
Mine looks like a roller coaster ride.
Mine too.
I know that I've done 3K in a single day 5 times in my life, maybe. And I've done 4K once, and that was some smutty stuff that will never see the light of day. So I know if I fall behind, I'm never going to catch up. So that's why I just don't go to bed until my words are in, because I can't make them up.
No.
So anyway, I just wanted to show people how they can fix it if they need to.
Yep.
My daily word count is much more seismic.
And thank you, Crow V, and thanks for joining and following along. So yeah, I hit 50K, and right now is the fight for the daily par. And then what are you working on? Let me know in the comments. That's why you're here, to hang out and not just, listen to me babble over top of all of these lovely people who don't hate listening to my voice, I guess. If it annoyed you, you wouldn't stream with me, right?
Indeed.
Right.
Unless it appealed to a sadomasochistic tendency, right?
Stop looking at me, Doc.
I hope my voice isn't that torturous that it would do things for a masochistic side of a person. Anyway.
You have a lovely voice, Morgan.
Thank you. So Kraus set on other news, Crow hit 50K 2 days ago and has been relaxing for the past 2 days and was glad to see NaNo went well. Yeah.
Nice.
Patrick says that his output is less reliable. He had an 800 word day because of the kids, and 2 8,000K days because the kids were gone and the day job was Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yes, Jared.
Good job.
So sweet. Yeah, no. I've never broken 5K in a day, like ever. Although I think I might be able to do so now the first couple years I did NaNoWriMo, my words would expand to take as much time as I had. So if I had 8 hours in a day to write, it would take me all 8 to get the words in.
Right.
Mhm.
And I don't know if I've given myself that much time again because it didn't work out, but I think I could get the words in faster if I was in the right groove, you know?
So
Mhm.
you've got a little bit more discipline in terms of getting your words out.
Did you see me during the write-in last Sunday?
No, I was writing.
I believe I got 250 words in 2.5 hours.
Mm.
It's interesting because I'm looking at my calendar spreadsheet of my word counts over the past year,
Sure.
and I'm looking at significant growth in my ability to sit down and churn out words. I'm averaging, when I sit down to write, I'm averaging 900 words a session. And I'd like to
Nice.
see, it's good. I'd like to see that increase and become more frequent, especially if I would like to actually earn money as an author instead of occasionally selling short stories.
Yeah. I hear you.
So, but I've seen, it's cool that I've kept records of all my writing for the year. And
Yeah.
I can see where, when I sit down and focus, I can turn out 900 words easy. I just need to,
Sure.
get out of my own way and do it.
That's awesome. I know before 2019, I would occasionally count my blog post words for my daily count, and
Mhm.
I haven't done that in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
If I had counted all the writing I do for school and other writing that I was doing for pay for other people for
Yeah.
NaNo, I'd have easily hit 50,000.
Rebel if you want, don't if you don't want to. Nobody.
I just wanted to see how far I could get on my own single project. And again, I'm happy to hit a half a NaNo on this project. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you one bit.
I know for my first NaNoWriMo back in 2011, I would start writing in the morning and write bits here and there through the day to try to make sure that I got my words in every day. And then at the end of the day, when I'd said, okay, I've written enough, I would sit down and I would write up a blog post about how the writing had gone and giving a little quick little synopsis of where things were going in the story. And it's like, I just kind of find it hard to believe that I actually won that year just on the stuff that was in the story, not counting all the words for the blog post.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I've been doing some ghostwriting and making some money doing that. And I know I can write. I can turn out the words. It's again, once it's my own project and my own deadlines that I've created for myself, I tend to ignore those. My ADHD brain just kind of lets them wander off. They're not real deadlines. I need to change that.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Well, I think this is going to be my last sprint of NaNoWriMo 2023. We can go another if people need to, but I'll be reading after this one.
I'm just planning my
life, I hear you.
So
I'm actually going to cut out because I have to be up at 6 a.m. for work.
Oof.
Yikes.
Thank you for joining us.
No, bro. Hey, the day in the life of a Southside pleb.
Maybe I'll tell people.
It's nice to meet you, RC.
You want to tell people where they can find you, or you just peace out and?
Yeah. Well, I was going to do the whole Irish exit, just leave during the sprint, but I thought it'd be nice to say goodbye to
You did the Irish hello, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, no, I already said something. Might as well do it now. All right. Well, thanks for having me, Morgan. I got a little bit done. I at least got the tracks laid a little bit. It's still a mess. It's still a wreck.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, RC Scott, I write horror. I got a story out right now. The Cyst came out on Halloween. It's actually turned into a pretty good absurdist fiction of all places, but hey, I'll take where I can get.
Yeah.
I can be found on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, not TikTok. I have my own YouTube channel, but you don't have to subscribe to it. I don't make my own content. Otherwise, I hijack my other friends' streams.
What? No, never.
No, not I.
Thanks for joining.
No problem.
And
Y'all have a good night.
well. You
Catch
too.
you
Good night,
working.
RC.
Later, RC.
Stay hydrated.
You too.
Okay.
Oh, and because I stuck him in between when he left, we're back to the 4-person
Yep.
layout. So that's good. So okay. Yeah. Let's do a sprint.
Let's do it.
Friend.
In 3, 2, 1, boom. Chakalaka. Someday that will stop being funny. Today is not that day. And we're back, and I'm done. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Huzzah.
Hey, that's
Although
exciting.
actually, it was more like chicken pizza dinner, but same difference. There was chicken involved.
I got 464 words.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Go
Yay.
you.
I still have about 600 to go to make a half a nano, but I can do that in the next 40 minutes.
You totally can. I have faith in you.
Thank you. These characters are cracking me up, though.
That's the more important part.
As we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. My dialogue is on point. I mean, they're just
Nice.
snappy, witty assholes to each other, so I'm good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Someday I'll be able to write witty assholes.
You have it in you.
Maybe.
And I meant that in a good way, not that you're an asshole yourself. I meant that. Never. I'll shut up now. Gee
Foot in
whiz.
mouth.
I'm gonna go in search of vodka.
Right drunk, edit sober, what?
That's right.
Yes. Well, I did not add any more words to my story. I decided that I was done, but I did go and post on Facebook, wrapping up my NaNoWriMo for this year.
What? It's not telling me I'm hitting daily par. I'm gonna have to
It's
look
not?
and see if
Refresh.
Yeah, reload the page.
I did.
Everybody's entering their last words.
Yeah. Maybe one of my days I just didn't have all of them.
If you go to the second box, you can click on the calendar and it'll tell you your daily word count, like by number.
Okay.
You have to click on the calendar box.
Well, it's the table box.
The table. It looks like a count. Shush.
It's a grid.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go.
Did you find it? Were you off a day?
I'm looking.
As I say, did you accidentally have 1665 one day?
I have a 1642 one day.
Do you have any words you can move over?
Oh yeah. I know I didn't do 1642. I know I did all the words. So
Oh, okay.
I will be fixing that.
All right, bye, Jane, storyteller.
Thanks for
stopping
swinging by.
in.
Oh my gosh, Morgan, this was so much
Drum
fun.
roll.
Thank you for thinking of me and inviting me.
Of course. Okay, I'm going to take away 26 words from the day before and add them to that day.
It's not cheating. You did write the words.
I
which is good.
did.
I made my bullet journal just a little bit fancier.
Show us. Ooh, little bookmarks.
Yeah.
Nice. Very pretty.
Ow.
Is this going to start with the new year, or is this just happens to be the next one?
As you can tell, I'm only like halfway into the book.
Oh,
And
okay.
the
So it's just
year-
your continuation.
I'm just doing a continuation. Yeah. I would
Yeah,
love to start a new book a year, but this one started in August. So
I use much smaller booklets, and I will, just because the big book is intimidating to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like the smaller booklets, and I do the same thing with the little bit of washi tape on the side to mark it, like where I'm keeping track of my study hours and where
There
I'm
we go.
keeping track of things to do for the kids and things I need to do for the animals and myself and that kind of thing. And my calendar and appointments.
Well, you know me and Trello, so.
I do. I've actually been trying to put stuff in Trello these days.
Is that my fault?
Yes and no. I like the Kanban style, and I've often used it. And I usually use, you can't see to my right is a giant whiteboard that I have little magnetic post-it notes that I move back and forth,
Okay.
Kanban style. And I find that if it's in the computer, I don't see it. It's not real. So I do much better with, analog task tracking with my bullet journal and my whiteboard. But that's for me. But if I'm sharing stuff with a team, it is much easier in Trello to be able to share the task lists with the whole team. So I'm learning to go back and forth. As a matter of fact, I'm on my whiteboard. I have notes that say check Trello for these tasks. And then I move it to the doing and done that I've checked and done the tasks. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
need,
love that you can have checklists within them.
yes.
And you can color code, and
Yep.
you can reprioritize, which is my biggest issue with the bullet journal is you can't add tasks and you can't reprioritize.
Well, you can reprioritize in bullet journaling. You cross it off and move it to the next list, or you change the mark in front of it.
Mhm.
I like bullet journaling because it's a continuous list for me.
Yeah.
It just
That's
goes.
like the traditional Bujo technique.
Yep.
Is to do the
And that's how I use it.
evolving list.
Mm-hmm. And when a list gets too cumbersome, I go and reevaluate. Why is this still on my list? Why is this still here? Is it no longer important, or am I ignoring it? And then it gets a different
little icon. Yeah.
Exactly. But for me and my ADHD brain, analog is the best way to keep track of things. If it's in the computer, it's invisible.
I try with the reminders and stuff like that, like on my phone, which works for the really important stuff, like taking my meds. And
I have a daily to-do list on my phone that I check off. But,
yeah.
I do that for like things that are repeated tasks. Like I know before Passover, I have a list of tasks I have to do. That list never changes year to year.
Right.
So it's always the same list. My shopping lists don't generally change week to week, my grocery lists, because I'm boring. I eat the same foods.
Yeah.
I'm only cooking for myself now these days, not 5 kids who complain all the time.
I do a lot of eating the same foods, but that's partially because my blood sugar gets wonky. I'm not diabetic, but I am prone to hyperglycemia. So like once I find foods that aren't going to sugar spike me and crash, I just kind of stick with them because I know, I consider a meal a win if I can get to the next meal without getting like shaky hungry before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And without totally overeating, which,
It's
I know nothing about that. Emotional eating. I stuff my emotions.
I mean, welcome to the snack fueled stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick says, if I could eat the same thing every day, I would be a happy flamethrower American. I rotate among a few things.
It's exactly what I do, Patrick. At the beginning of the week, I make a big pot of beans and a big pot of rice, and then every evening I decide what flavor I want. Do I want Indian? Do I want Chinese? Do I want Mexican? And I pull out the appropriate vegetables and mix up my dinner for the night.
My default lunch is dinosaur chicken nuggets, a bowl of mixed veggies, and yogurt eaten with pretzel rods instead of a spoon.
Hmm.
It's a balanced meal. It's got all the food groups. I've
It
got
does.
protein,
It's not
I've got
terrible.
carbs, I've got dairy, and I've got, fiber/vegetables. So
Oh my God, can we talk about Instacart for a minute? My Instacart delivery person yesterday, I wanted a whole tub of plain Greek yogurt, and they didn't
okay,
have
What
plain
did they
Greek
do?
yogurt. So she got me vanilla Greek yogurt.
which is delicious but not used for the same things.
Like, what am I supposed to do with an entire tub of vanilla Greek yogurt? I mean, I used the plain for like sour cream and as a sour cream substitute, and then I
I
also
can
eat it
tell you
like yogurt.
exactly what to do with a tub of vanilla Greek yogurt.
Take
It's
a
called
spoon
get
to
some
it.
pretzel rods and use it to dip and eat it.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
would
That's
I would
literally
just
what
take
I
a
get for
spoon to
lunch.
it.
Now that I work from home, instead of
It's
getting the
too
individual sized
sweet.
servings,
I've
that's why
literally
I eat
cut
it with
most,
that's why I eat it with the pretzel rods, because you got the sweet and salty combo.
but I've cut most sugar out of my diet. It's like,
Okay, well I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
help you
I
there.
know, right? Housemate won't touch it. You know, I might have to actually get a ride to the store and return or exchange it.
Can
I'm
you do
sick.
that?
I don't. Oh, I have the receipt. I paid for it on Instacart. Like I got the freaking receipt on my
Yeah,
phone. So
yeah.
I don't
See,
know if I can do that.
I have I have had I have had my own trials and tribulations with.
Doc usually has Instacart during our Sunday stream.
Yeah, I'm supposed to order groceries delivered on Saturday, and usually Saturday I end up doing something else and ends up being Sunday, which unless I miraculously get up and get the order together earlier in the day, means I end up ordering during the stream. Um, but
I keep
the
a running
problem
order all
is
month.
when, especially when you specify, if this item is not available, do not substitute. And the person says, "Is like, oh, they didn't have what you want. I'll get you this instead," and don't tell you about it. Just substitute it and move on. And then you discover it when they actually deliver it. Yeah, I always go to those things, and I go into the help, and I complain about them, and I get a refund, and I just throw it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if a neighbor wants the. It's like a big tub of yogurt. I mean, they refunded me the money, and they refunded me the money for like out of the 18 eggs, 10 of them were broken.
Oh
They
my.
refunded they refunded me the money, but this was my monthly shopping, and
Mhm.
that's 4 meals for me. So
yeah.
I don't have a vehicle getting to the store. I mean, paying Instacart the $30 between tip and service fee is my monthly, car
Budget.
payment type. I'm
Yeah.
justifying it by that, right?
Yeah.
I don't have. I need those eggs. Like, luckily, my housemate, if I give him a couple bucks, he'll go to the store and get me the eggs. But I don't,
When I
I
have
don't
to
want to
do
plan on
that.
that.
Yeah.
That's a backup plan, not the.
For,
It's
for
just
me,
frustrating.
for
I miss
me, it
doing my
was
own
a
damn
case,
shopping.
a case that my knees are shot. I started during the lockdown, and I've just continued it because it's proven a lot more valuable for my time
Hmm.
to place the order and have somebody else do the shopping and delivering it
Yep.
than to actually go out and try to get groceries with bad knees riding around in slow electric carts. Uh,
Yeah. I think that the biggest thing for me is I miss picking my own produce.
yeah,
I love eating a lot of fresh vegetables, and I miss going in and making my decisions on the fly. Like, if there's no butternut squash, okay, I'll take some acorn squash kind of decisions. And you can't do
Yeah,
that with an Instacart shopper.
Yeah.
yeah.
well, a good Instacart shopper will message you and say they don't have this, but they have some options. Do you want to see them? And then
Yeah.
they'll take pictures of stuff. But they're not.
Not everybody does that.
They're
Yeah.
not-
And you can't choose your Instacart shopper. Oh my goodness, if I could choose this one woman two times ago, she was phenomenal. Like, she says, okay, so they don't have these white beans, do you want me not to get anything? I said, I don't care. I just want Blanco beans as long as they're not lima beans. And she's like, okay, Blanco beans, Blanco frijoles, I get them for you. Like, and it was fantastic. Like, instead of Great Northern, I got, another white bean, and she was fantastic. She took
Like a
pictures of
navy
stuff
bean, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it gets me more when I go to the trouble of trying to put instructions for replacements in.
And they
Yeah.
freaking ignore it.
Don't even bother to look at them.
Right, Patrick? Getting someone else's idea of what makes a good vegetable. Oh my goodness, I asked somebody for ginger. And they gave me this like pathetic thing the size of my pinky, and I'm like, I wanted half a pound of ginger. This little thing the size of my pinky is not half a pound of ginger.
These
That
people
would
do
that
not
would
know
be
what a pound
unforgivable.
is. Yeah.
That would be unforgivable.
I have to admit, I've started just stocking my fridge with the like jar of garlic in the oil.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It's shelf stable, and that way I always have some.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do that too. I do that too.
Yeah.
We do that.
And
As Patrick said, half a finger does not equal half a pound in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, I'm a math teacher. I know this.
And the other thing I hate though is like, I want to order shredded cheese, a particular brand, a particular type, in the pound bags.
Yes.
I hate when they look at it and they say, "Oh, they don't have the pound bags. I'll grab the 8-ounce bags," and they grab the same number of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you end
like
up
I wanted
short.
1 pound of grated shredded cheddar, and they got me an 8-ounce bag of shredded cheddar. I needed 1 pound.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was 2 8-ounce bags. I needed 1 pound, not 1 bag.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the
yeah.
critical thinking, people. Critical thinking.
When
the
my mom
worst
had
part-
her heart surgery, we ordered Instacart, and I went to pick it up, and we'd carefully picked out things with the sodium levels she could eat, and they gave us dinner sausage instead of breakfast sausage with the high sodium. And we're like, we can't take this. So I returned it, and I went into the store. Clearly the shopper did not know that breakfast sausage existed in a different section of the store because it was right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the other thing that I hate is like I'll get 8-ounce packages of sliced turkey. I get the 8-ounce because that's a single. For me, that's a single serving.
That's a sandwich,
that
yeah.
makes a single meal, and it's like, oh, they don't have the 8-ounce. Here's the pound ones, and you ordered 2, so here's 2 pounds of sliced turkey, and it's like, now I have to take my time to repackage this, and I've got twice as much food as I need. That is going to be in open packages because I have to repackage it.
Yeah, Patrick, I don't think they need a competitor so much as they need, shoppers who can think critically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do know that if you write into customer service and say, I never want this person again, they will honor that.
Yeah.
I wish they had that button.
I'm getting tired, and Yakira has 20 minutes to get her words in.
So, oh my goodness, I do. Oh gosh. Okay. Morgan, this was amazing.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Happy end of NaNoWriMo, everybody.
Yay! Words are words. I love your heart, Seiko.
Right? Sako.
End of NaNo.
So, so if you want to hear how NaNoWriMo completely destroyed my sense of executive function, that's what's on my blog and my YouTube today. But I'm done, so maybe I can sleep.
Yay!
That would
good
be
for
so
you,
cool.
Morgan. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. So yeah, let's I'm just gonna call it no outros. Yakira's got words, and I'm tired. So
Okay.
thank you all for coming. Happy NaNoWriMo to all, and to all a good friggin' night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.